What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a trade that we took both live, not only in our Discord, but also on a YouTube live stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't worry. If you were not aware, I'm going to be trying to live stream a little bit more often on YouTube. Now, I don't really love to stream on YouTube because there's a pretty long 10 to even 20-second delay, depending on where you live, that YouTube puts on to your live stream. So sometimes you can see data pretty much delayed a little bit, so I don't fully love it. But to give people value and just kind of to see how I trade and maybe to be a good fit to join our private group, which you can currently join for $39 your first month if you're a brand new customer. Code 39, link down below. I'll be doing that, so make sure you keep your eyes out. You can right now go back and rewatch the live stream. It was great. We mentioned the longs up here, which I did not technically signal, so we're not gonna fully go over that trade, but we will talk about the trade that officially signaled, which was the short position here to take the lows down here. Again, this was about short position had about a 1 to 6 risk reward. Realistically, we took some profits here and a little profit here and left the rest for down here. So it was more like around 1 to 3 RR, which is nothing to scoff at. So why did we take the short position? As you can see, the rest of the day, the market now mooning off of the golden pocket, which we will talk about. So trust me, you're gonna watch this video, you're gonna want to take notes, and you don't know what I'm missing. First, we're gonna have our 5-minute charts, right? So first opening, as you guys can see, we had this big 50-minute fair value gap on ES. We had some bullish divergence. So right off the open, I was feeling pretty bullish, and the market went up right away. And yes, led the charge. This was the previous all-time high on ES right here, and this right here, this black line right here was the previous all-time high on NQ. As you can see, chop, 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 busted up above it finally. Again, I didn't really feel comfortable longing the all-time highs, no real clear zone there. So I was watching to see if we could get a potential pullback entry to get back into. Now we got a nice little sell-off right around 10:15, and to keep in mind, Jerome Powell was talking, so there was some news with Jerome Powell, so to keep that in mind. Now let's go over our 5-minute also on NQ, because that's the main trade I took today was mostly focused around a 5-minute chart, not a 1-minute chart. So the 5-minute, we inverse this 5-minute fair value gap there, kind of showing me, hey, bears may be taking charge now. Then we had another 5-minute to the downside, sweeping up these lows and finding support around 27.50. This candle came back up, and that's a potential opportunity to enter a short position with a few combination of one, we were at the halfway point of this move down, and then I was going to use my golden pocket right here as my last line of defense, which would be my stop, and using the previous all-time high area right here, this black line, as my entry trigger. So that was the entry trigger pretty much on this green candle right here, using my little bit about the golden pocket and this inverted 5-minute fair value gap as a safe stop, which gave us about 12-point stop, which is real tight, with a main target of down at this low right here, and a PT of right around this 20,745 zone, which was this 5-minute fair value gap that hadn't fully gotten filled. We also had right around that time a bearish divergence. So if we go over here, it's kind of clear to see on the 1 minute some of these intraday divergences. So as we spoke earlier about a bullish divergence when the market went to go up, about like this. On NQ, as you can see here, we had, on ES, we had this small bearish divergence from 10.19 to around 10.25. Then remember our entry here on NQ on this 5-minute at 10.25, you wicked above it, while ES kind of couldn't wick above this, so giving us again SMT, potential reversal, inverted fair value gap, using Fibonacci, in this case not the golden pocket but the 0.5, and the golden pocket was used as a form of safety net. And we had lows from the pre-market that could still get taken out. So that was the reasoning why I took the trades. Now where I took the stop loss, which went over, why I took the stop loss, and where I took profits was two main reasons. One was the main fair value gap that had not gotten filled, could potentially get filled, and then shot back up. And then the liquidity, which was the low of the day, they got taken out into the major golden pocket on the larger time frame. And the reason why I went with shorting NQ over ES, NQ had overall been just weaker the last few days, so it felt like a better bet to short. Anyway, if you were trying to catch, this is a counter trend against the overall really bullish. If you see here, right here, really bullish trend, of course, the last weeks. So as you can see, we coveraged the only nice move down. Yesterday, yes, there was some pretty nice move down too, but overall, pretty bullish trend. So that was why I took this trade. Feels pretty simple, but you always gotta understand. Like my risk was 12 points, and the reward was gonna be 60 plus points. It made a lot of sense, right? So whenever I look at a setup, I'm not just only looking if the setup is good. But it's like, what's my risk reward? As you can see here, I felt very safe because I had two reasons to have a stop loss, which was my inverted fair value gap and my golden pocket. And some really good downside PT targets. Even my first PT, I like it to always be at a 1-to-1 rate. If I'm going to be taking a first PT, wherever I'm going to be taking it at. So I took the first PT around 15 to 18 points. So I was pretty happy with that. So also I would like to point out, and this is going to be a little secret for you guys, but this is my Thinkorswim chart. If you're not familiar with Thinkorswim, it's a broker that's only available in America, but I do have some indicators that I don't really want to get into. Some things that I do look at my Thinkorswim. That high on and Q, that point, you guys lined up with on the QQQ 5-minute chart. It doesn't really matter the time frame, but this blue line was a pivot that I have. A pivot is an indicator that I have a personal script on. It's shared in the Discord, but that lined up with that, and the bottom lined up with that. So it was a little bit of extra added confluence. Now, not saying I'm only trade when I see these fucking pivots. Not saying that at all, but it is a little bit of an added confluence that I do like to look at for you guys. And also, while we're on the topic of just talking, go follow my Begins Club Twitter. I'll be trying to be active there. Sometimes I share my trade and kind of everything I take, some random questions, random trades and all that. So make sure you guys go follow us, and I even post the trades I'm in live. So now I also want to talk about the golden pocket, man. The golden pocket is just one of those indicators. It feels so overpowered. If we look at the bottom today, it is even the most clear on the 15-minute time frame. Like, you're like, okay, why did it bottom there, right? You're asking yourself, yeah, like you think you come down to these lows, or so you did some of these lows, and you could, but like if we take it to pre-market low, if we take the pre-market low, when I tell you guys whenever to chart, if you watch the video, if you have not, if you watch the video of what to do when you're pre-market charting, one of them is take your low, which in this case was the opening gap, to the high, which in this case was a 10 a.m. high, to your golden pocket, and look where the golden pocket, look where this 15 candle closes. And a lot of people are like, it did wick below about 20 points. And what's your guys' favorite mentor say? Somebody pointed to at me in the chat. Your favorite mentor ICT says the wicks do the damage, the body tells the story. The wick was to fake you out, but where the body closes there. It's a clean long. And a lot of people in the chat caught the long on the golden pocket. So guys, make sure we're using our fibs and we're using it correctly, because they're a very powerful tool. As always, if you enjoyed this video, like, support, you guys share a lot of love to the channel, get us to 10,000 followers, and who knows, maybe I'll all up. And as always, peace.